Former President Donald Trump pleaded not guilty to charges that he plotted to overturn the 2020 elections before and after the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. Casquejo has the latest report.
The Justice Department indictment accuses Trump of conspiring with allies to spread falsehoods and devise schemes intended to overturn his election loss to President Joe Biden, as he lost numerous legal battles. Trump is the early frontrunner in the 2024 Republican presidential primary. He is now facing charges in a criminal case for the third time this year. But this is the first case to try to hold Trump responsible for his efforts to stay in power during the chaotic weeks between his election loss on November 8, 2020, and his supporters attacking the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. VOA's Katherine Gibson has more on the former president's latest legal battle.
Not guilty. That's the plea former President Donald Trump entered Thursday in a Washington courtroom just down the street from the U.S. Capitol that was attacked on January 6, 2021 by rioters attempting to overturn the 2020 presidential election. Trump answered charges handed down from a grand jury of American citizens based on a U.S. Department of Justice investigation alleging he committed conspiracy to defraud the government, obstructed an official proceeding, and conspired to obstruct an official proceeding. Trump said in a news conference later Thursday that he had the constitutional right to free speech to voice concerns about the election.
This is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America.
But his own vice president, who could be a key witness in the upcoming trial, disagrees.
I want the American people to know that I had no right to overturn the election. And then on that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution, but I chose the Constitution.
Trump, who is the current frontrunner for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination, is not under arrest and will undergo a trial in the upcoming months.
We're in sort of uncharted territory. He can certainly run right now under indictment because he's not been proven guilty of anything, right? He's just been charged with crimes. And the way this will play out is we won't have a lot of these decisions till next year, possibly even after the election.
Trump also faces criminal charges in New York and Florida related to allegations of campaign fraud and mishandling of classified documents.
This, in some ways, is the most serious because it really goes to the heart of our democracy and how we count people's votes. But on the other hand, Trump is going to argue that he believed this to be true, that he believed that he won the election and therefore that he was not defrauding the United States.
Outside the courthouse Thursday, the former president's supporters said they still strongly support him.
I really believe that he's defending the people, and we're in return showing our support to him, with our freedom of speech.
But for many Americans, just hundreds of yards from the Capitol that was attacked, the charges are a sign Trump is being held accountable.
It's very important that this is all being documented officially in writing so that nothing happens like this in our country again, because this was a breaking point.
The trial date for the charges in the Washington federal court will be scheduled soon. Trump is set to go to trial in Florida next May. Katherine Gibson, VOA News, Washington.
Trump could face more charges this month related to his attempt to overturn his election loss. A prosecutor in Georgia is investigating whether he broke any state laws there. For TVRI World, I'm Casquejo, VOA News, Washington.